All right. Well, hey, everybody. Thanks for joining in. This is our first inaugural episode of the late night show, tech show, slot machine tech, late night, whatever we want to call it. I guess we couldn't really figure it out. But anyway, just a late show midweek. We want to take the show in a little bit different direction than what we do over on Brantly's channel, Cowboy Slots, and talk about a little bit more of the deeper dive into slot machines and how they work, the math, the programming, even some of how the boards work, and I've got some show and tell stuff that I'm going to show you guys that I find interesting, and we'll obviously just have a topic, and then after that we'll do some just general Q&A for anybody that has questions, and we do want to try to get to the questions that are very technical in nature. Again, this is a technical show. That's more my thing. And so if you guys ever have any kind of, if you've always wondered how a machine, how the lights work, what kind of power does it use? Does it get hot? All those types of questions. Be happy to answer any of those. But as always, we're both here for you. So if you have any general questions about casinos or operations or slot machines or anything, feel free to ask. We don't want to turn anybody away. This is a community show, so we definitely want to have some fun with that. Just a couple of things on my side. I will be going up to Wyoming to see Cowboy I'm leaving Friday, and I'm going to drive to Wyoming. Everybody thinks I'm crazy, but you know what? I love road trips, and so
It's going to be
I'm
a lot
really
of
eager.
fun. It'll be
Yeah,
a lot of fun.
I'm really eager to get on the road, and we're going to meet with the casino there, and hopefully get some interviews and some other stuff lined up, and get you guys some more content. So I'm really excited to get out there and check it out, and meet Brantly in person. So all right, so next thing is the contest. So I mentioned that I was going to provide the details about the contest. So it's too late to have your entries in because there was a time limit on the video for sharing it. But if you did enter the contest, I need you to send me an email, and I will put this in the comment after this. So if you can't write it down or whatever, that's fine. To homeslotsfun@gmail.com, and mention your YouTube name, and it needs to match the YouTube name that you did the comment on previously. And also give me a general idea of what time of day in, say, Central Time that you'll be available, because this contest is going to be a live interaction contest. We're going to play top dollar, and you will get to decide whether to take the offer or try again. And so you'll need to be present to play. Last time we kind of did it where people didn't have to be there, and it was fun, but it was kind of a logistical nightmare. And I really want people to be there and have some fun with it. So just give me some times. I know people are all over the world, and it's hard to find a good time to do it for everybody. So I was thinking, based on the amount of interest we have, I might do 3 or 4 different time slots that we go live, and then the winner of each of those time slots will go and do a big contest at the end or something. But we'll figure it out. It's going to be a lot of fun. Now, I'm going to be out of town, like I said, for the next 2 weeks. So no contests will be happening until about mid-August. But as soon as I get back home, that's what I plan to start focusing on, so you guys can have some fun. We're going to do cash giveaways. I've got some other doodads here that I'll be giving away too, because I want to try to give away as many prizes as I can for everybody that participated and helped by sharing that video. I really, really appreciate it. So, all right, guys. So let's kind of just dive into the show a little bit. So again, we're going to take a technical focus, and as you know, I just got these top dollars in this morning. I was super excited. I was up early waiting for him to call and say he was 15 minutes away, and sure enough, he was right on time, and we unloaded the machines, and they look great. They do have issues, as every single machine that comes in here has issues, even if they're clean and working. They say working condition, or sometimes they say parts complete, which always gets me a little nervous. But
What kind of parts?
yeah, what kind of parts are? Yeah, exactly. Is the power cable in there? But parts complete is usually when you buy from dealers, which is what I do. Typically, you're going to be expected to do some work on the machines because they know what is replaceable and what isn't. A dealer would not sell me top dollars with missing top glass, for example, or missing the try again, take offer display in the middle, because they know those are really difficult to find. So, when they say parts complete, that's all I care about. Everything else I can get working. So, some of them, one wouldn't turn on because the power distribution box in the back got dislodged. That happens all the time. These things are not, these machines. And Brantly, I don't know if you were ever part of unloading the machines, onto.
Oh yeah.
They're always standing straight up, and they're always just transported pretty safely, But during home use, this guy had a cargo van, and they were all stuffed in the cargo van on their side, and so that's recipe for issues when these machines show up, and it's just part of the thing. There was cash flow errors, which is where the bill validator, it just wouldn't take any bills, and you have to reset those. And anyway, I mean, that's just part of the game, and it's part of the fun and excitement. Whenever I get new machines in, it's like, it's Christmas morning. There's stuff I'm going to have to work on. The rest of my day is usually shot working on them because I just want to get them all turned on. And I did. They're all turned on, and they're working pretty good. So anyway, so I, one of the things that, and yes, I am selling some of these, but I'm not a sales guy or anything like that. I just want to let you know that I have them, and if there's any interest, and I've gotten a few emails already, just let me know, and I'd be happy to hold one for you if you think you want it. Now they are pricey. I mean, these are Barcrest machines, and I mean, Brantly, like the machines that you have behind you, yeah, they're hard to find, but those are on a different level than Barcrest. Barcrest are still very much active in casinos and all the high limit rooms. In some high limit rooms, that's all you find are Barcrest machines, and that's it, because that's where people, the high rollers, like to play and what they like to play on. And because of that, it's hard for people like me to get them, and for you guys as well. So it's just kind of the nature of it. But anyway, so I wanted to share a couple things that I always find, the thing is kind of funny. It's like, there's YouTube channels and stuff where they, people will go and find abandoned warehouses, or they'll find boxes and they don't know what's in them, or safes, things like that. And I'm always surprised when I open these machines because they come straight out of the casino. Sometimes they rip the player tracking out, and sometimes they leave it in there. And it's always a surprise what you're going to find in there. I've found players' cards before. I don't even know how they get in there, to be honest. Like, you'd have to like squirrel them through the door. I mean, I don't know. I don't know, Brantly, if you've ever seen like that, players' cards sitting inside of the machine.
You'd be surprised. Usually it's when like if somebody will leave their card like on the top of the door, or somewhere where nobody sees it, and then like drop team comes through, and they pop the door really quick and it falls in, or
that's I never did that explains it.
Yeah, or people get angry and they like try to like wedge their card in the machine, like, I'm never gonna play it again.
That's right. Be nice to your machines, guys. It hurts people like us.
Right.
When you see somebody punching the glass and banging on the button, it hurts me inside, because I know like how hard it is to find these parts.
Oh yeah. So, especially on Barcrest.
Oh yeah. I've seen some broken top glass before in some casinos, and it's just like, people get mad at it, I guess. And it's top dollar. It's pretty easy to get mad at top dollar,
right?
Especially if you get burned by, not taking a good offer.
Or I have seen it where people will accidentally push try again when they meant to push take offer.
Yep. That's right. There was a casino in Chicago when I lived there that I went to once, and they had the buttons reversed. So they had the try again on the left, and they had the take offer on the right. That's the only time I've ever seen that. And I just, to this day, I wonder if they did that on purpose or not, switch the buttons around, because it's muscle memory for anybody that's ever played top dollar. That the right one is always the try again. And I think people, like you said, people are just so used to hitting that try again button that a good offer comes up and it's muscle memory. They just hit it. And there you go.
Exactly.
So, but anyway, like I was saying, it's always a treasure trove when I open these things. I find players' cards. I find, I've never found cash. I think most casinos are pretty good about making sure all that is removed. You're not going to find a cash box filled with money for sure. But I usually find stickers and stuff. And so the double top dollar behind me has so now I know where this one came from. So this came from Excalibur in Las Vegas. And this is the tamper-proof tape. So that, like we've talked about on the Brantly show, the Gaming Commission will put the tamper-proof tape around the door so that if anybody tries to remove the CPU door, they will know it's been opened. And so I just thought that was funny because usually it's pretty generic void tape, and this one, I guess they have their logo pasted on it. So that was a good find. So it was fun to see something from Excalibur in here. I'm actually surprised it looks as good as it does because most of the machines in Excalibur look pretty bad. And the other thing is I found this, and Brantely, you'll get a kick out of this, but usually, and I don't know if you've ever, whenever you take machines off the floor and they're going to be decommissioned, I've always actually wondered this. Do they tell you to remove the player tracking system and that's it? Or, what kind of process?
Sometimes it does not get removed. So it depends. Like if the machine's maybe has an out, if we're replacing all of the player tracking software or something, we'll just be whatever. If we have a bunch of units, we'll just be send it away. So right. Sometimes they do, sometimes they don't. Most of the times they try to. A majority of times they do, just because obviously it's their equipment and they don't want to lose it. But
right.
Sometimes they leave it in.
That's true. Yeah, that's a good point, Brantely, too. Is that you remember that the slot manufacturers have nothing to do with the player tracking system. That's all for the casino itself, and so that's their property. Even if they own the machine or not, that's their property. And if they're going to be getting rid of a machine, they're going to want to pull that out and put it into another machine. So, right. I guess it just all depends. The one thing I do dislike, and this is an attack on all slot techs out there. If you're decommissioning a machine, please do not cut wires that have nothing to do with the player tracking system.
Right.
That just drives me nuts.
Then you got a whole bunch of extra shit to replace.
There's just the wires are disconnected. I had a Top Dollar come in one time and they cut the speaker wires to the left and right channel, the VFD display, which is the little thing in the middle that tells you take offer and all that. They cut that. And so I had to splice a bunch of wires and make Molex connectors and all this. And it's just why couldn't they just pull the player tracking system out and disconnect it? So I guess it's just easier. They're probably in a rush and they just cut, and that's it. Yep. So, but anyway, the thing that I found that I have never seen this before. So usually it has the front bezel of the player tracking, and it doesn't light up or anything because the power is removed. But one of these Top Dollars, the one I point to right here, has a custom board that is zip tied to the back of a piece of cardboard. If this isn't sophisticated, I don't know what else is. This is cool stuff,
right?
So, and not only that, but it was, they have these connectors here, and they had pins just going into half of them instead of a full connector. And I have no idea. I mean, I don't know where this one came from, this Top Dollar, but I'd really like to know because this is their player tracking system on a piece of cardboard.
It's very complicated.
Yeah, it's very. I mean, it's high tech, I guess. I don't know, but I just found that to be pretty funny. So I haven't seen that before, but so yeah, you find a treasure trove of stuff in the machines, and that's par for the course, I guess. So anyway, so the next thing is I have a treat for you guys, and I wanted to save this for this show, but I was able, and then for you Barcrest fans out here, you're going to pay attention to this. And even Brantely hasn't seen this yet. I kind of teased him a little bit, but
I know I've been waiting for this. This is going to be really exciting.
Yeah. So I found a marketing PDF from 2007 that is promoting all of the Barcrest machines that are about to come out, and there's some interesting information that they put inside of these things. And so let me get that open. All right. Can you guys see that okay? Looks good. All right. So coming spring 2007, here's all your favorites. The Top Dollar, triple Top Dollar, Gold. Yeah. Double Triple Diamond Deluxe with cheese, Red Hottie. And so here's the cool stuff here. So Phoenix Gold, if you've ever played that one, here's what it looks like. So you've probably seen this one. It's not in casinos much anymore, but I have seen them sporadically. Such a good one. But check it out. Bonus frequency on this game is 1 in 45 games, and the average pay is 62. And the bonus awards one value plus a 5/8 chance of receiving a repeat award up to 30. So that's crazy. So basically, what this is telling you is that the average pay is 62, of course. But if you've ever played this game before, after you get an award, this thing little rotates like this, and it will land on take a shot or it won't. If it lands on take a shot, you get another shot up here. I always thought that was predetermined, but it looks like you have a 5 out of 8 chance every time you hit that button to get another shot. That's pretty good odds. I'm just kind of surprised at that. I figured it would be like almost like pinball, where it's just going to max out at a certain amount of, shots. But sorry, I hit the mute button there, guys. All right, here's the classic Top Dollar S2000 3-reel. That's the ones I have behind me here. So there you go. So 2, 3, and 5 credit max bets. The bonus frequency is 1 in 48. Average pay is 48. And 5 credit, 1 in 42. Average pay 77. Oh, Brantely, look. I didn't see that before. So the 5 credit, here is the proof that the 5 credit is the best one to play.
Look at that proof.
Yeah, I know. Shocking, right? So 5 credit, 1 in 42. And the funny thing is when I did my top dollar video, it was 1 in 40 after 3,100 spins. So very close to that. And the average pay is 77. So look at the bonus frequency on just the 2 and 3 credit. And note that 2 and 3 credit is exactly the same. So there is no benefit to playing 3 credit over 2 credit when it comes to the bonus, of course. So 1 in 48, average pay 48. The popular proven take off or try again bonus.
Yeah.
Very popular. All right, double top dollar now. So 2 and 3 max credit max bet, because they never made a 5-line version of double top dollar. So the bonus frequency is 1 in 41 and the average pay is 52. So that's actually pretty high compared to regular top dollar. So you can see that the frequency is actually higher just slightly on double top dollar. But the one thing I've noticed about double top dollar is the line hits are excruciatingly hard to get. So double top dollar, you're almost assuredly playing for the bonus, and that's it. So I think that explains a lot of that. And there's the beautiful glass.
And also,
right, King Cash. No, go ahead.
Oh, I just want to add that they are coming out with a 5-line double top.
That's right. That's right.
Brand new. It is in the Diamond RS cabinet. They are coming out with that. It'll probably be at G2E this year, but if double top dollar is your favorite game, they are coming out with a 5-line version of it. So
that's right. Yeah, I forgot about that. Yeah, I'm super excited to see that. I always wondered why they never did that. And the same for pinball. Pinball, they're doing 9-line version of pinball.
Yeah, it's with progressives.
With progressives, yeah. That'll be a lot of fun. Oh, Brantley's favorite, King Cash.
Oh, God. I hate that game. That's the dumbest game in the world.
Yeah, I tend to agree. Nobody wants to buy it either. So that's why I always get offered, even this dealer that I bought these from, he's like, well, I got a couple King Cashes. Not interested. Thanks. So 2 and 3 credit max bets, bonus frequency 1 in 54. So much higher compared to the top dollar and double top dollar. Average pay is a little bit higher, though, 60 to 80, depending on the scatter combo. So as you know, with King Cash, it depends on if you get the matching heads or not and the colors to decide how many offers you get. So we'll move past that one. So
yeah, I did. I never liked that game, and yeah, it's impossible to sell those games.
Yeah, it's difficult, and I know even Chris Day has had one for a while. Slot Machines Unlimited, and he can't seem to get rid of it either, and he keeps lowering the price, and nobody wants it. That's kind of par for the course for that game for some reason.
It's more of a decoration piece.
It really is.
It looks cool, but nobody likes to play it. I had one forever, and even it stayed there until my store closed. Yeah, and I liquidated it off just because nobody wanted it.
Nobody wanted it. Yeah, it's not. I don't know what it is. It's the same concept as top dollar, but I don't know what it is but they nailed Top Dollar out of the park. The sounds, the music, the interaction, even the new ones like Easy Money, on the WMS Blade platform is just not the same. Everybody says, "Oh, it's the same as Top Dollar." No, it's not. It's different music. The sounds are different. They just really they hit a winner when it came to Top Dollar, in my opinion.
Oh yeah.
So Quackshot, I did have one of these in here for a while. So if you're interested in seeing play of that one, just go look at some of my older videos. But sold this to an old retired gentleman just a little while, probably about a year ago. But he lived pretty close here, so he enjoyed this one. So here's what it looks like. This is another decorative piece.
That 5-credit version looks like it pays pretty well.
Yeah. I haven't seen the 5-credit version. Yeah, I have not seen the 5-credit version before. Only the 3-credit, and the base game is a 5 times pay. So I'm not sure what the 5-credit one is. That's interesting. If I ever find one, we know it's rare because I haven't seen it before. So there's Quackshot. Double Triple Diamond Deluxe with Cheese, the longest title in ever created for a slot machine.
I don't know why they added with cheese. That's just so weird. It's not a food.
It's a cheeseburger theme. See, there's the patty and there's the
it's just weird.
Like, yeah, it is.
I remember seeing that game anywhere.
It's pretty popular. Game of the Globe's played it, I know for sure, and I've had these in several times. So if you want to see the gameplay on that, I do have videos of that as well. Everybody calls it cheese. They don't even mess with any of this stuff here. They just call it the cheese game.
Cheese.
But yeah, bonus frequency is a little higher, 1 in 46. Average pay is 69. And I had this machine for a while and played it for a while, and I never got anywhere close to hitting this. There is a video that exists of somebody who did get that, and there is somebody who got the bonus because they got 30 moves. So I've seen it happen, but it's just like pinball, except that pinball, we still have not seen a video of all 5 of them, not produced by IGT. That doesn't count. Yeah. So now here's one I have never heard of before. Funny Fruits S2000. This is what it looks like. Yeah, put it in the comments if you've ever seen this before, but I have never seen this before. And I thought I've seen every Barcrest machine that exists. I wouldn't even know how to play this thing. It looks pretty strange. So 3-credit max bet, 1 in 60 games, average pay is 80. So during bonus, players fill stacks of fruits to receive an award, plus the opportunity to continue to win further rewards. So I guess that once you fill up, a certain bucket, it awards you that, and then everything resets. That'd be my guess. Yeah, it does look very cluttered, Gamble the Globe. I agree. Yeah. That's probably why it's not very popular. People couldn't figure it out.
Speaking of Gamble the Globe, I was watching Stacy's video today and noticed he was on there. So
yeah, I did.
That was really cool to see. Really cool to see. I know Stacy and Greg are awesome friends of mine, and we've gambled together in Vegas. They're awesome people. So it was good to see you in there for sure.
Yeah, I was not expecting that either. I texted him as soon as I saw that video, and so he's playing the 9-line Top Dollar. So I guess we'll see the video later. Gamble the Globe. I'll be waiting.
I'm excited to see it.
Yeah, absolutely. And then Run for Your Money. You've probably seen this one. I think this one's garbage. If you've ever played it before, it's pretty boring, and it's very difficult to get anything over. So basically the way it is, you get the bonus, and you press the button, and it spins around this outer wheel. And if it lands on a number, that's it. That's what you get. The bonus is over. What you want to land on is these little fingers that point in. So if it lands on that, it goes to the inner wheel and spins around. And then you just kind of keep going. But you only get one value. And I think that's probably why the bonus frequency is pretty frequent. Compared to all the ones that we've seen so far, 1 in 38 games is pretty low. But the average pay is 35. So this is probably the lowest volatile Barcrest game that exists.
Yeah.
But sure. It's not that much fun to play. I don't think I've ever heard of this one either. Big Bucks bonus. I have seen this one. I saw this one a very, very long time ago. And essentially what you do is you pick what bonus amount that you want to play for. And for example, if you pick this one, you basically select it. There's a button on the display. And when you select it, anytime you get mixed bars, it pays you an additional 5 credits. And then this one, if you select this one, anytime you get 3 double bars, it pays you 25 on top of the double bar pay. And then this is, I think, triple bars, or it's either triple bars or 7s. And then this is the like 2 double diamonds and then something else. I don't remember. It's kind of hard to see from here what the actual amounts were, but this one didn't last very long. I have seen some come up for sale every now and then, but it's not one I'm really interested in. So Gamble and Glow says, spoiler alert, never pick the 600.
I've never seen that. I've never seen that game, but
yeah.
Maybe at some point what we should do is do a video of just all Barcrest games and go through the Las Vegas Strip and try to find every single
all the Barcrest games,
and play them all in one video.
That'd be awesome. Yeah, it'd take a very long time.
Yeah,
we'd have to go downtown for sure, because downtown may have some of these. Gamble a Globe is always scouting for me when he's out there. Gamble, let me know if you've ever seen this one.
Pinball.
All right, Brantely. All right, Pinball S2000. Look at the bonus frequency on this one, 64.
Yeah, that's not good, but the average pay is good.
The average pay is good, but it is double. Basically double average pay and double bonus frequency to get it. So this is a volatile game, but the bonus pays pretty well. So, and there we go. And notice again, as I've said before, there is no difference between the 2 and 3 credit max bets. Even though you get an extra ball with 3 credit, the bonus frequency the same and the average pay is the same. So play the 2 credit if you can find it. Yep. That's the rule of that. That's the advice. All right, Money Mad Martians. This is the one I have behind me here, and I even have the rare version, which is the red, white, and blue 7s as the base game. Most of the ones that you see out there are the 10 times pay, 10 times, 2 times pay Martians. This is a fun game also. I like playing Top Dollar a lot more, but this one is just so gorgeous to look at, and the glass is just so detailed and extravagant. But anyway, average bonus frequency 1 in 52. But check out the average pay on this one is 92.
It's really
so
high.
It's even higher than Pinball for the average pay.
And Gamble the Globe says that we can find it at Planet Hollywood and Bally.
Oh, okay.
Next time I'm there, I'm going to have to play it.
Yeah,
I'm going to have
absolutely.
to start consulting. I'm going to have to start consulting with Gamble the Globe to help
he knows where all these are.
Yeah,
he's a Barcrest fan as well, and he knows where all these are. So, Golden Dragon. I've played this one. I almost bought one recently. Bonus frequency 1 in 49. Average pay 69. So the way this one works is you basically spin this little dice, and it will count around here. And the idea is to avoid collect. And what you want to do is get 3 of the yin yang symbols to move up here, and then it goes around this wheel here. This is a fun game. If you ever find it, it's definitely one to try to play. It's a lot of fun. So 1 in 49. 21 Gambler. I have a love-hate relationship with this one. This is what it looks like if you've ever played it. It's usually, you can still find them in some of the high-limit rooms. When I was at Bellagio about a month ago, I saw they had one of these when I was walking by. I think it was $5 denomination. I can't remember. Maybe it was $1. But, yeah, they have one of these. And the idea is to just get as close to 21 as you can, but you can't go over. If you go over, you get 0 credits in your bonus. So you got to be careful. It's one of those that you're not a guarantee to win when you hit the bonus. You can mess up. Lucky Hearts, I have seen this one. I've not seen it in a casino, but it's garbage. It's not fun at all. It's probably the least desirable. There are warehouses just filled with these, and that nobody wants. They won't even pay $1,000 for it. So it's just such a bad game. 1 in 37, average pay 41. I don't know what it is. I haven't played it before, so I can't really say, but it's just not a game people like. All right, triple top dollar. This is one of my all-time favorites, and I hope to see this someday in the room here. I've gotten close probably twice and still have not been able to get it, but this is a fun one. Gamble Globe has played this. Unfortunately, they had two of these in MGM Grand up until about summer last year, and they are gone now. And I almost bought one, the actual one that left MGM Grand, but the deal fell through. So, but bonus frequency 1 in 37, so much lower than most of the other top dollars, but the average pay is a lot less at 38. And the way this one works is 3 credits to activate the bonus. If you bet 4 credits, it multiplies the bonus by 2. And if you bet 5 credits, it multiplies it by 3. Anything but 6. If you bet, I know Cosmo has one of these. This is a really interesting game. Look at the bonus frequency. 1 in 14 games. With max wager on the 90% version. So I guess there's different versions of payback percentage, but average bonus pay is 47. So I don't know, Brantely, have you seen this one before?
I have. I've seen it a couple of times.
Okay.
You know, I tend to stick with games that look very simple. And when I look at this, I'm just like, you know what?
That's too much. Yeah. I feel you. I definitely feel you. But
I've seen it.
Yeah, I'm not a big fan of it. It's kind of complicated. It's cool because this is one I probably would like to have here because it's one that kind of I wouldn't want to wager my money playing this game, but I think it would be fun to have at home. So maybe someday. And Red Hottie, I did have this one at one point. So this one's complicated. Let me show it to you first. So this is kind of their take on Top Dollar. It came after Top Dollar, of course. And but it has a bonus wheel here. So you either get the bonus by landing it on the third reel here, or you can spin this dice. And if it lands on a 6, you get the bonus. If it lands on a 5, it gives you a mystery credit over here, which is, I think, ranges between 5 credits and 20 credits. It's not that much. And then if you roll a 4, you get to roll this again. And then 1, 2, and 3 are duds. You just lose your bet. So knowing that, the second credit bonus frequency is 1 in 55, so that's just the normal spin. But the 10 credit frequency, which is that dice, average 40% chance of winning credits or a bonus feature. So there's how that's weighted. So there's that one. Surf City, Chris Day with Slot Machines Unlimited actually has one of these for sale. I saw one in Luxor a very long time ago. Never played it. It looks cool, but probably too complicated again. Yeah. It's the video I saw of this being played is you land the bonus symbol and then you have a fourth reel that you spin and you either land on plus amount or collect. And then once you hit collect, you take the win. So Real Hot Poker Spades. Never heard of this one before. I don't even know what this is.
I've never even seen it.
It looks really weird. It looks like reels, but they're poker cards. Mike, Mike's our poker guy. I don't know if you've ever seen this one, Mike, but it looks really interesting. It almost looks like the reels are just decks of cards.
That's it almost looks like it almost looks like a different version of video poker.
Yeah, except that the reels
except you don't get to hold stuff. Yeah,
right. Yeah, it's very strange. Coming soon. Maybe it never maybe it never made it. I don't know. And then Red Hot Poker Diamonds, another one. Never heard of it.
Never seen it.
I guess they have one for every poker. Yeah, they have the hearts, spades, all that. And here's yours, Gamble Glove. He likes the 9-line one. So this is the one with the 5 reels. So the bonus frequency is 1 in 60, so much higher than regular Top Dollar. The average pay is 170 times your line bet. But just remember, that gets a little complicated because line bets, it's multiplied up here because typically you see a 5 credit here and then a 20 credit here. So everything's multiplied by 3 here. So you have to kind of keep that in mind. So the average bonus is, say, 170 divided by 3 to put that in line with the other top dollars to figure that one out. And then here's the cheese with 5 line or 5 reel. And I did have one of these too, and I sold it to somebody, I think a subscriber actually. Carl, if you're out there, hope you're enjoying your machine. But this was a pretty rare one. This is not, there weren't that many of these. And so pretty similar to the top dollar 9 line.
And I think it's Aria. I think Aria has the 5 reel 9 line top dollar as well.
And and they have the 25 line one too. Yeah, they've got pretty much every version of top dollar there at Aria. Neptune's Exploration. I'll start going through these quick because they're kind of the ones that you don't see much anymore. I've seen this one once, but it's similar to the Golden Dragon, spinning around here. King Cash. Now this I've never seen. I've never seen a 5 reel version of this. I don't know if they ever came out with it or not. Kind of interesting. And top dollar AVP. New York had this one for a very long time. They got rid of it probably 7 or 8 years ago. But it was a video top dollar. And what was unique about this one is that you could actually, if you got the 3 top dollar symbols on more than one pay line, you got a bonus for each pay line that it landed on.
Oh, that's cool.
So you could get up to 3 bonuses in a single spin. So that was kind of fun. And then they made an AVP version of this one. I've never seen that one, so maybe it came out. Then an AVP version of this one. Never saw that one. Match and Win. Never heard of this one. It looks like a Candy Crush game. Probably never came out. Spooky Match and Win. Kind of similar concept. Temple of Treasure. They brought this one back, actually. You played one, Gamble the Globe. I remember seeing your video on this one. If you remember, I think it was in Aria. They have a newer version of this one. But here's the original. And I don't know if this one ever came out or not. 5-line version. Spellbinder. These are kind of repeats here. And there's just schematics at the end here. So anyway, hope you guys enjoyed that. I thought that was fun. Fun to see really that. Cool.
To get to see the bonus frequencies.
Yeah. And if you guys want a copy of that PDF, just shoot me an email. I don't want to post it publicly because I don't know. It's fine. I mean, it's old. It's just marketing stuff. But all right, let's go and look, see if there's any questions or comments, and we'll just go from there.
There was one question towards the beginning.
Yeah, I remember seeing scrolling back.
705 from Rick.
Okay.
I don't know if Rick is still here, but he actually had a question.
Oh, I'm sure he is.
What we were talking about earlier today. We were
that's right.
just talking about this.
That's
Rick.
right.
Very topic. So I will
Brantley
answer this one.
Brantley sent me an email or a text, and he's like, "Have you ever done the LED conversion?" So, there's. I'm not sure, and I need to look this up, but the Martians I have has LEDs in them, and there is a conversion thing that you need to do. I'm not sure what it is yet. I'll have to look it up, and I already plan on doing it for Brantely. So I'll put out a video or something where you guys can see what to do. I typically, for the belly glass, I still stick with the fluorescent. I just choose the ultra cool white color because I hate that burnt orange yellow tint. Just not my style. I like the bright LED kind of look. But you can also, the other thing is you can also put the LED bulbs, they're real small little LED bulbs in the behind the reels. So you can actually replace those incandescent bulbs with LEDs, and it makes a night and day difference. The machine looks brand new. Even if you have old faded strips, it makes them look better. So I always, every time I get a machine in and I'm going to keep it, I always swap out those incandescent bulbs because they're going to burn out anyway. And that's actually a good question, Brantley. When you guys had burned out bulbs, did you guys ever mess with it? You just leave them alone?
We usually just left them alone.
Yeah.
But the weird thing is, so I had talked about and wanted to do LED conversions on mine because I like the way they're brighter, they're whiter, they're cleaner, and they use less energy and they don't get hot. And I kept getting a whole bunch of conflicting information offline because some people said you have to remove the ballast and do like a wire bypass, because if you leave the ballast in and put the LED light in, it can it can blow the ballast or something like that. So
right,
that's something. But then other people say you don't have to do it. So I'm like, all right, well,
yeah,
I would hate those bulbs are expensive. I would hate to spend $20 a bulb and put it in and it blow up. So
I've also heard stories where people will just get the light strips, like you can get on Amazon that are just the light strips, and they just, take the belly glass down and you just fixate them on there, and then you can just plug it into the service outlet. So if you really want LEDs, you could do that without having to get a bulb.
That's a cool
and then
idea.
You can make it different colors if you really wanted to.
That would be pretty cool, actually.
Yeah.
Good idea. I might do that with.
Yeah, I'm starting to think I might do that too. I think that'd be kind of fun.
Maybe I'll experiment on this triple double diamond there in the middle that
the one that's always
going
giving
out and giving me issues. So.
Yeah. I'm bringing Brantely aboard that hopefully will fix his issues. So
yeah,
we'll at least narrow it down and figure out what it is.
A lot of problems with that one.
Yep, it's because it's in the middle. It feels left out.
Yeah.
All right. So Rick says, is the touchscreen multi-denom S2000 unit guaranteed a specific board series type enhanced board? I don't believe you need an enhanced board for that, but you do need a GX1 version chip. If you have, and those are the last 3 digits. Let me go pull it real quick, make sure I can read the exact one.
I actually just ordered one of these, a new touchpad.
Okay.
The touchpads are, they're just a sticker. So you can, you take the box off, you peel off the pad, stick a new one on.
Yep.
I ordered me a higher denomination one.
Yeah, let me know how that goes because I may need to order some too.
I just found them on eBay, but they're hard to find. They're hard to track down.
Yeah, they are, especially the denominations that you want. The other thing with the touchpads too is it's not just the touchpad, but the light box behind it. You need to have a specific one there too,
right?
So that it lights up which denomination that you have picked. Most machines that I get in now already have that, whether they have the touchpad or not. But if you open your door and inside the door where the light is, if it's just a single light, you're going to have to replace that also to get your multi-denomination to work. It's the VS011 GX1. So the GX1 is the multi-denomination. The GX0 is single denomination. That's the version chip, the VS chip. So if you want to do that, make sure that you have that first. Otherwise, it will never let you pick more than one denomination at a time. But I'm pretty sure you do not need an enhanced board for that.
No, you don't.
Yeah. That's good because enhanced boards are becoming very expensive and hard to find.
Yeah.
So let's see what else we got here. I got a question from Alan. So good evening. Do the odds change when playing a multi-denomination game, switching between $25 and $50 back and forth? The odds do change because each denomination is programmed separately for the payback percentage and the pay table that's being used. Brently's mentioned this before too. They're 2 different games. It's literally like you going to another machine that's set to that denomination. So everything, the counting record is different. The amount of coin in, coin out that's being recorded is different. Every time you change the payback or the denomination, it switches the game programming to that. So they can have, and they most likely do have, different payback percentages set to them. So when you switch between them, that can be happening.
And it's also kind of one of those things too, almost like a mind trick. Like if you're playing a multi-denom machine and say you're playing $1 and you're doing really well, a lot of times people are like, oh, well, I'm doing great, so I'm going to switch it to $5. Well, you basically just switch machines because now it, completely new accounting record, completely new odds. With those multi-denom machines, it's basically exactly like switching to a whole nother machine when you change those.
Yep. I think multi-denom is cool because you could play on a lower denom and get a big hit, and then you can do a couple spins on the higher denom and see what happens, and then switch back.
Actually, one of my friends who doesn't live too far from me, she just ordered from Slot Machines Unlimited. She ordered a Williams game. It was John Wayne, and I had never seen that game or played it before, but she didn't know that you could switch the denoms on it, and that game's really fun. I was playing it, and I was like, normally I'm not a Williams game fan, but that's a pretty cool game. It gives you automatic, like as long as you get three symbols, it'll automatically respin the fourth and fifth reel, and it'll keep spinning until it makes, like as long as you get a symbol. Huh. Yeah, so
I'm gonna have to check out some videos of that because I've seen it once, but not in action enough to really. Yeah, that's cool.
When you come out to Wyoming, we'll show you.
Oh, okay, fair enough. That works. That's a deal. That's a deal. So Fire Gamer 3 says, getting a BB2 soon. I'm addicted to watching all videos of BB2 on YouTube. There are not many. Haha, you're the best by far. Oh, I appreciate that. Yeah, I've always been an IGT guy, but sometime around last year, I started to just get into the WMS stuff. I've had the BB2, I've had the Blade Steppers. They're good machines. I'm still an IGT guy. I love it more than anything, but you'll have fun with the BB2 because the game library is so gigantic on that one. There's so many good games to play. A couple of ones I recommend if you have a BB2 is the Wizard of Oz. Ruby Slippers is a good one to get. And these are pretty inexpensive. You can get them on eBay for between $75 and $150 per game. And Zeus is on there, Zeus 1 and 2. I think maybe Zeus 3 probably requires the 3.0 or 3.2 CPU. So don't quote me on that. But Zeus's are good. Chronos, I'm just rattling off a few. So good luck to that. Good luck with that if you get a BB2. And PJ's in here. He said, "Hey Mark, let's see some double top dollar action at some point." we will. Don't worry. It's back in here. I shot myself in the foot for selling the one that I had that started this whole channel, and now I finally have gotten one back, and so I'm super excited. And I am not getting rid of that one. Just not going to happen again. You make a mistake once, it's just like Brantely with their pinball. That it's just like, oh, I shouldn't have done it, especially for what I sold it for. It's
Don't
like,
remind me. I was able to get a long time ago when I first opened my store. The supplier that I was buying from had a pallet of pinball slot machines and was getting rid of them for like $50 each. And my first mistake was I didn't buy the pallet. I just bought one machine. So I paid $50 for this pinball machine. It was gorgeous. It was a gold cabinet. It came from the Venetian. So it was super clean. It looked like it had almost never been played. And I sold it for like $1,000, and now you can't even find them wholesale for like $4,000. So
now the dealer that came and delivered these to me, I said, have you come across any pinballs? I said, I hate to ask because I know what you're going to say. And he's like, yeah, I sold 3 for $8,000 each last week back to casinos. All of the casinos want them again, and so they're getting top dollar, no pun intended. They're getting top dollar for the pinball machines. Yeah, because I don't know what it is, but the casinos want them. They probably are huge money makers for casinos. So,
well, there is a good point to that, though. Pinball is making a big comeback. The older pinball machines they're starting to put back on the floor. They're making new versions of the pinball machines, and I think eventually it'll come full circle to where, it'll probably take 10, 20 years, but eventually we'll get back to the point where pinball will be back on the private market at a fairly reasonable price.
Yep. Just if you come across one, don't get rid of it.
Yeah, do not ever get rid of a pinball machine if you come across it.
I'm still trying to buy the one back that I sold a guy here. It was a S Plus version. I think you had an S Plus, right? The coin? Or was it a 2000?
It was a 2000.
It was.
I had a couple S Plus machines, but not anything like that.
Not okay. And I'm still shooting myself in the foot. I'm trying to get him to sell it back to me. He won't budge. He's like, well, if you get me something cool to swap it out. I'm like, probably not going to work.
Give him one of those top dollars.
Yeah, I don't know. Don't know if that's a fair trade. If it was an S2000, maybe, but S Plus now. Yeah. And EJ Laughslot received my poker chips this week. Awesome. Any thoughts of a lucky coin instead of next order, Brantely?
Well, first off, thank you for the order on the poker chips. They've been extremely popular, and what I'm planning on doing is with those poker chips, making a more like making them collectors. So, like we retired the first design. That design will never come back. So now we have the new design, the Patriot chips. Once we deplete those and go to the next design, that design will never come back. So kind of as you move along, and as time goes on, like I'll come out with some for like Halloween and Christmas and, different events and stuff like that. But as for a coin, the only issue with the coins is, yes, I can get them, but because of how they're molded and made, you have to order like at least a minimum of like 500 of them, and it's really expensive. They would cost me like a couple grand to make. So I would have to end up retailing those for like $50 each, which would be a pain in the ass.
Right.
However, I will say this, which I can actually show you because I have one here. A lot of people don't know. So we have the first edition poker chip, which was the black one. And then we have the Patriot poker chip, which is the red, white, and blue one. But there is a poker chip that is actually not for sale that you can't buy that I do have. And it's these guys. These are limited edition poker chips in a saddle.
I better be getting one of those when I drive over there.
You're getting one. So with these, I'm actually I'm actually not I'm not selling these. What's going to end up happening is with these poker chips, they will only be handed out for like special events or special occasions. There's a very limited number of them, so they're not for sale. So those are like Marc will get one, Stacy and Greg will get one. The folks at the casino, like they'll get one, and then I'll carry a couple with me. So just in case, if you ever see me and say, "Hey, what about that super secret?"
Make sure you guys you take a look at his schedule on ropethejackpot.com and meet up. Well, a whole bunch of us are coming out for G2E.
Oh yeah,
October 10th, the week of October 10th. So if you can make it to Vegas, then you get to see a lot of YouTubers.
Yep,
there'll be a lot of us there. And Rick says on the S Plus LED conversion, I was able to find bulbs that did and didn't need the ballast. Yeah, I'll hit you up on Discord a little later, and I'll pick your brain about that, and I'll pass it on to Brantely.
Yeah, let me know too.
Yeah, absolutely.
If you have a link for the ones that you don't have to remove the ballast, shoot me over an email, cowboyslots@yahoo.com. Shoot me over that link because I want to order those without having to take all the ballast out.
Yeah, that's a pain in the butt. Big Iron says, where would I find top dollar pinball machines down on Fremont? I have not been on Fremont Street in probably 5 or 6 years, but if Gamble Globe is still in here, he's been down there and he could tell you. So, he did. Yeah. He told you like the 10 casinos that have them. Oh, he's on. All right, let's see. And PJ's like, Mark, did you say you were going to try to find me the original paper reels for the double top dollar? Because mine were the Sunkist ones, like you said. Yeah, so the Sunkist is one of the biggest manufacturers, or not manufacturers, but providers of slot machine labels, glass, reel strips, those decals, the denomination decals. They probably do the multi-denomination panels. But they provide all that stuff to casinos also, but also to the private market. Unfortunately, some of the Barcrest, they do not have the original artwork. So they reproduced a lot of the artwork. And you can, I mean, I'm a perfectionist, so I can instantly tell when it's a Sunkist version or not because the artwork just doesn't look the same as the original. And unfortunately, those are the only ones that can be made. I would love to find you an original set because I know you have the Sunkist ones because it just irks me that anybody has those. But it's difficult to find those without them being on a machine. It's just the nature of how those things get floated around. So, but I'm looking out for you, PJ. Don't worry. If I find one, I will definitely let you know. All right. And Rick says, Rick's on fire tonight. Thanks for the questions, Rick. I appreciate it. Keeping this thing moving. So denom change is equivalent to changing machines, but changing the multiplier for the same doesn't change percentage, just the amount paid. That's correct.
Correct.
That's correct. And Brantely just did a video on his channel, Cowboy Slots, that talk just exactly like that. So, Mike says, I think I saw the John Wayne WMS slot in New York. Huh.
I know we have them in Pocatello, Idaho. I know they're out there. They might be at we've got 2 main casinos here in Wyoming, and they might be at one of these other casinos as well. I know my friends are obsessed with John Wayne, and they love that machine. And I know they know exactly where to find it, but I've never played it. I've never played it until it was in their garage, and it's actually a really fun game. I was like, oh, this is kind of cool. I've never seen a game where as long as you get 3 of any symbol, it'll keep spinning until it gathers more symbols, and then it adds up each of them. I was like, that's pretty cool. Like, you can get some big payouts. It's almost like getting a bonus every 2 spins.
I'm definitely going to be checking that one out. Let's see some video play of it. Yeah.
We'll play it later this weekend or this week.
Yeah, sounds good. I'll film you.
Yeah.
Alan, great. Thanks for the answer, guys. Hey, no problem. And EJ Last Lot says, speaking of mind games on Dragon games, when you get 2 of 3 bonus symbols or 5 coins, you often see 6th coin or 3rd bonus symbol almost drop down, but doesn't. Mind games? Absolutely. We're going to be talking soon about psychology and all that kind of stuff, how the programming of these games are, they purposely program in the near hits, just to try to entice you to keep playing. And I mentioned before that they didn't used to be able to do that. The manufacturers, like in the early 2000s and late 1990s, they were not allowed to purposely give you near hits all the time, because it's a psychology thing. It keeps you playing. But now, it's free reign. They can do that if they want to. And yes, you get 2 bonus symbols, and that 3rd almost hits all the time. It's all by design.
Exactly.
Let's see. Bobby Earl says, when you work on the new top dollar machines, can you tell us, gamblers in the Southeast, what the payback odds are? I can tell you what they're set to, or what the possible settings are, because each of these machines have chips in them that only have certain percentages allowed. But that doesn't tell you what it was set to when it was in the casino, because they always clear these before they leave the floor, because they have to remove all of the accounting records and all that kind of stuff. So unfortunately, I never get to see any of that. The only thing I get to see are the hard meters, but that doesn't really tell you much. It just tells you the overall coin in and coin out of the machine, the entire lifetime of the machine, no matter if it's been cleared or not. So, but good thought. I wish I could, but again, I have to say this again too. Don't get caught up with the payback percentages. I know it's hard to believe, but the payback percentages, it has to be a pretty big deviation between the different payback percentages for you to ever notice while you're sitting down playing a machine. It's just not. Those payback percentages take a million spins or even longer before they finally balance out. And so you're never going to notice in a single session if the machine is set high or low or in the middle, or, compared to the one to the right of it and compared to the one to the left of it. You'll never be able to see that. There's just no way. There's no way that you, as a human being, can see that. It takes a very long time.
Way more important than that actual number.
Yep. Volatility and budget. Those are the 2 things that I preach nonstop. Pick your budget, then pick the volatility that you're happy with. Low risk, low reward, high risk, high reward. Those are the 2 the 2 sides of the coin, as it were. And Alt Account says, why do casinos always clear the records before they get rid of them? It's proprietary information. It's their own information. You're not allowed as a public to know how much coin in or coin out has gone into an individual machine. They do publish, as long as the gaming commission is something that is publicly run, say like Nevada, they do publish averages of all of the machines on the floor for a certain denomination, but they don't publish individual machines. And they want to clear all that information before it leaves. It's just not something that, a lot of times, honestly, they pull the CPU board out completely and they just keep it, so there's no chance of them accidentally not clearing it or whatever the case is. That's definitely possible. I've gotten machines in here that have no CPU board in them at all, or the chips have been removed. That's another thing. So good question. But yeah, it's their information. It's not for the public to know. All right. Any more questions? I'll take one or two more. We're wrapping up here. We're almost at an hour. Actually, we are at an hour. All right. I'll do my closing thing here. And if another question comes in, we'll answer it real quick. So yeah, this is our first one. We just wanted to give it a shot and see how it went. And again, we're going to try to do more technical stuff. I know we went through PDFs today, and that's probably not too exciting, but hopefully you guys got to see some interesting information from Barcrest. I was excited when I got that document handed to me. I thought it was pretty useful information in there. But again, thank you everybody, and Brantely, thank you so much for being part of this. And don't forget that we have our Sunday show that'll definitely continue, and we will not be doing it this Sunday, but we will be doing it Monday because I will be there in person. So we're going to do it together in the casino. Should be a lot of fun. So make sure that you're over on his channel and subscribed and got that notification bell set so you will be aware of that change. So we will do it Monday. Did we decide on the time yet?
I don't know we haven't. I think we'll probably keep her around like maybe noon, 1 Mountain Time, somewhere around that. And then 2, I think once we'll talk to the casino on Sunday and see, but we'll see if maybe we can't get to do the live stream either from an area of the floor or maybe a conference room in the back. I think we can probably do it in a conference room,
sure,
or one of the offices. If not, we'll just do it in the actual hotel room. But I'll talk to them and see. I don't know how busy they are on Monday around that time, but if they're not too busy, then it would be cool to
shell out a piece of the casino. Yeah, that'd be great.
Yeah.
That'd be great
for sure.
Yeah, so we'll do what we can, guys. We'll at least be together, and we'll have some good. We'll have a great live stream for sure.
Oh yeah.
Just a couple more questions, and we'll wrap it up here. So, what are these wholesalers who you buy these machines from? I wish I could tell you, but I can't. I've been sworn to secrecy. It took me a good 3 to 4 years to really get in the connections that I needed to be able to buy the machines that I want to buy. And I can't, I just can't jeopardize that. It's difficult. As you know, and Brantely said before too, that, us, the public, cannot buy directly from casinos. Only licensed dealers can do that. And it's very much an auction type situation,
right? Where
people are outbidding each other. And those are the dealers that I try to get in good with so that they can pull machines that I'm interested in. And they come and go. I have good relationships with some dealers, and I have bad relations with other, dealers. It's the way it is. But, I can't reveal who that is, unfortunately. So, well, it's the nature of the business.
Yeah, and then the other thing too to always keep in mind as well. So, in order to purchase from a casino, you have to have a federal license, and you actually have to have 2 documents. You have to have a federal license, and you have to have a business license. And then also the same rules apply for wholesaling as well. So like you can go to a store, like you can go to Slot Machines Unlimited and purchase a slot machine, no problem. But if you were to buy it at a wholesale cost or from a casino, you need 2 licenses in order to do that, which I'm fortunate. I got my license to do it many years ago, back when I had my store, and I still keep my license current. Yep. So I do have a license to where I can buy directly from the casinos, which is kind of cool.
Yeah, absolutely. It's a process. These aren't like TVs that they're just shoving out the back door. It's a little bit different.
Yeah,
they do want to track, and I have to track who I sell to. I record serial numbers and who they're going to. Not that there's ever an issue, but it's just it's a responsibility that I have to do when I sell machines, and so I keep up with that.
DOJ requirements.
Yep, absolutely. Have you ever? Kevin says, have you ever saw a casino destroying machines? When I was leaving a small SD scooter, they were dumping machines on the pavement from. I haven't seen it, but I know it happens, and it kills me because they are ordered by the manufacturers to either return the machines or destroy them if they are licensed. These are like licensed themes, like Willy Wonka, Lord of the Rings,
Wheel of Fortune.
All of those, they have to be destroyed or returned. And so The only thing that you can hope for is that somebody just doesn't follow the rules and puts it in the back of their van and drives off with it, and then gives people a chance to buy it.
That is a really, really high crime. That the casinos that the manufacturers will actually pursue you for. There was a guy who had he had a Wheel of Fortune machine, and he was showing it off in his house, and IGT actually came to his door and tracked him down to get it back. So yeah. However, fun fact, there is one version of Wheel of Fortune that is not licensed that you can have in your house. It is a really weird digital version of Wheel of Fortune, but there is a version of Wheel of Fortune that you can have in your house.
Yep. Is that the iGame version? Which one is that?
I think so. Yeah.
The iGame. Yeah. It's very old. Hey, no problem, 409 slots. And I love your thumbnail there. I highly approve of it.
Thumbs up. Top dollar.
Thank you, Tony. I appreciate it. 2 more questions, and then we'll wrap it up here. So New York has a progressive double top dollar where Double Diamond pays 150K progressives, other odds. So that one's actually a wide area progressive. All of the MGM properties in Las Vegas have the top dollar progressive. It starts at 50,000. So if you see it close to 50,000, it's been hit recently. But because it is a progressive, the odds are lower for the base game as well, because it has to feed some of the bet into that progressive. And that's how they end up getting the money, is by lowering the overall odds of the machine. So it's a difficult one to hit. The triple, three double diamonds, guys, a mouthful. It's very difficult to get that anyway. But because the odds are set lower, it's even more difficult. So, and Baker says, do you sell these refurbished machines? If so, how much do they cost? I do. It really depends on the machine. I typically deal with the rare and hard to find, so they're much more expensive. But if you do want to buy a machine, you can always email me at homeslotsfun@gmail.com, and I will send you other places to other people that are selling stuff. People that I trust, of course, if you're looking for a specific machine. So, and one more, and that's it. And Rick says, what do casinos do to machines for hurricanes? Katrina wiped out nearly every casino on the Gulf Coast. I don't know. I haven't received any machines that are waterlogged, so I couldn't tell you.
I think they just trash them. They
probably trash them. Yeah, just pull what they can out of them and trash the rest. So, all right, guys. Well, thank you so much. We're going to wrap it up here. And again, I will see you on Monday live with Brantely in Wyoming. And we will do this again next Wednesday from there as well. And we're going to try to get some guests on, and we'll see what we can do. And otherwise, we'll just, plow through it again together. And appreciate it. Appreciate your time, Brantly. Thanks for being here.
Yeah, of course. Thank you so much.
Yeah, absolutely. And we will see you guys on the next episode. All right. Take care.
See ya.
All right. Bye-bye.